What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Giraffes Where Math Sucks. I'm your host, Mr. Cavender, and I'm back with another video to help you out with some math. So what we've been looking at this last week is decimals, and we're going to go even more in depth this week with comparing decimals, okay, so we can get that squared away. So let's just jump right into it and not waste any time. This question says, which decimal is less than 42 hundredths? Okay, so first thing we got to do is ask ourselves, are all of these answer choices on the same level? So this is in the hundredths. So that means it takes up 2 decimal places. 2 decimal places? Just 1. So I'm going to need 1 there. I'm going to need 1 there. And this one actually has 3. So we'll deal with that in a second. So in order to compare to these 3, I'm going to have to put a 0 on the end here. And we've talked about this in class. If I'm putting a 0 on the end of a decimal, I can put as many zeros as I possibly want to, and it does not change the value. That's the most important thing here, is not changing the value. That's our number one priority, is not changing the value. So 42 hundredths, 72 hundredths, 80 hundredths, 40 hundredths. Okay, well, just by looking at these, I know this one is too large. If I think about this like change, this is 42 cents, 72 cents, 80 cents, 40 cents. 40 cents would be less than 42 cents. So let's look at this one. Even though we know this one's right, let's still look at why this one is incorrect. 3 decimal places, 2 decimal places. So I can put a 0 on the end of this, and this would be 420 thousandths compared to 421 thousandths. So even though these are very similar, this one is still larger than that one. So it would have to be D. What is the greatest? Which is the greatest? 17 hundredths, 1 whole, 71 hundredths, or 7 hundredths. So if we look at this, they're not, okay, so they are all on the same level, 2 apiece. So let's think about this like money. I would have 17 cents, $1, 71 cents, and 7 cents. So I'm actually going to put these in order from greatest to least. So 1 whole would be the greatest. Next would come the 71 hundredths. Then would come the 17. And then would come the 7 hundredths. If you think about it like money, it'd be $1, 71 cents, 17 cents, 7 cents. All right, last one we're going to look at. We're going to take all of these decimals and we're going to put them into these 3 categories. They're either less than 1/2, equal to 1/2, or greater than 1/2. So before I do anything, I want to think about it in my mind. 1/2 is going to be 0.5 as a decimal. It can either look like 0.5 or 0.50, 0.5000. Like I told you, as many zeros as we want. So let's just use that to our advantage here. So 0.05 is definitely going to be less than 1/2. Because this would be like 5 cents and this would be like 50 cents. So that's going to go in this first category, 0.05. Next up would be 0.52, which is going to be larger. 25, so that'd be 0.25. 0.48 is going to be less. 0.9 would be like 90 cents. That's going to be greater. 0.50, we've already talked about it. It's going to be the same as 1/2. 0.6 would be like 0.60 or 60 hundredths or 60 cents. So that's going to be greater as well. And then 1 whole and 5 hundredths is, of course, going to be greater than 1/2. All right. Hope that helped you out a little bit on that. We'll continue to dive deeper into that this week, and look forward to next week. Till then, peace.